Okay, so when you go to the Nobel Prize website to access the blood typing game, this is the screen that you see. And right underneath that, I can access an About the Game section, which I'll talk about in a minute. So I'm going to click on play to go ahead and play the game. It starts out with a little scenario introduction, and the people are being wheeled into the hospital. You have 3 patients. And then the little speech bubble pops up and it tells me the situation, which is that we need to figure out what type of blood these people have so that we can give them transfusions before they go into surgery. So in order to start, I need to click on one of the patients, and when I mouse over, it kind of gets a little dim, the color on the patient. And the speech bubble pops up again. It says the patient is in really bad shape. She will probably need quite a lot of blood. Can you make sure that she gets it? So, first thing that I need to do is draw the blood. I grab the syringe and I put it on the patient's arm. It draws some blood. And then it puts a little bit in each vial. So I can mouse over the vials to see what type of blood she has, and based on either my prior knowledge or the information that I read on the Nobel Prize website, I make a decision about what type of blood she has. And I am making the decision that she has AB-RH negative blood, which makes her a universal recipient. She can only receive negative blood though. So I'm going to start with the ARH negative blood bag. And when I mouse over, it also gives me a little description of what I can learn about the blood. So I grab the bag of blood and I pull it up to the hook. And then I get another speech bubble. Yes, you can only give Rh negative blood to a patient with Rh negative blood. She needs another bag of blood. So I'm learning through the process, and also as I go through, I have a health meter with a sad face at the bottom and a happy face at the top. So I need to give her another bag of blood. I'm going to give her the BRH negative blood. And we're all good. She is healthy and ready to go. So we're going to move on to the next patient. I take the next patient by clicking on him. This is the old man. So I have to first determine what type of blood he has. Okay, so I mouse over the vials to decide what type of blood he has. And he has ORH positive blood. So I need to decide, based on that information, what type of blood to give him. I'm going to try the ARH positive blood and see if that works. Wrong blood. The patient's blood clumps when its antibodies attack and bind to the red blood cells of the transfused blood. So if I make a wrong decision, the computer system tells me why that decision was wrong, which is a positive. And we can see his health meter went down over here. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to try to give him the BRH negative blood and see what happens. Again, I made the wrong decision. So now I'm going to go ahead and give him the ORH positive blood, and that one works. And again, I'm given a little speech bubble that tells me why my decision was correct. So I'm going to go on to the next patient. One more to go. And this guy has ARH positive blood. So I'm first going to try to give him some BRH negative blood and see what happens. Wrong blood. It clumps. This guy needs ARH positive blood. So that works. He can also receive ARH negative blood. And it gives me a little information here about why my response was correct. And then I can click on Party, which is the end of the game. Before I go click on Party, I do want to show you if throughout the game I wanted some help with my information, maybe I forgot something or whatever, I can go down to the bottom of the screen and click on Help, and a new screen pops up. And this is all the information for the game, all the help gives me little screenshots and blurbs about what each screen is and what I should be looking for. So this can be accessed at any time throughout the game. Close out of that. I'm going to go ahead to the party. And now you are in the emergency room party for whatever reason. And now the mean nurse comes back and tells me I made 3 mistakes. We might consider hiring you if you study more about the subject matter. So as I go through, the fewer mistakes I get, the more positive feedback I get from the nurse at the end. And that's the end of the game.